I'm going to give a bit of a motivational speech now, and the purpose of the speech is to give you, the viewers, a bit of a boost. Let me start by saying these videos that I make are not here for me to show off my wealth, for me to show off, oh look, I've got all this money and I can buy properties here and there and everywhere. The point of these videos are that you have to gain something from it, you have to learn something from it, and ideally you will actually copy what I'm doing. The aim of the videos is to inspire and motivate you and show how you can advance your business, and in my case it's property, in your case it might be a different business, but it's to show you how you can move forward. I started my YouTube channel just over a year ago, and at that point I had 2 properties, I've now got 3 properties, I've now got the 4th property under offer, and within 2 months we'll have the keys to that. By the end of the year I'll have the 5th rental property, and so on and so forth. But you're seeing me move forward, and I want you guys to be inspired by this. Because I'm just a normal guy, I'm nothing special, I'm not a millionaire, not a billionaire. A lot of the other YouTubers you see, they tell you that, oh yeah, you know, they earn like millions of dollars or millions of pounds a year, or even a month. And none of us can really relate to them, because when they say, yeah, I earn $10 million or 10 million pounds a month or a year, and they're buying properties, you say, well, yeah, that's you, because you can afford it. Most people don't earn 10 million pounds a year or a month. Most people don't. In fact, I was looking at the stats, and basically even in the UK, if you earn over £100,000 a year, you are in the top 3% of earners. So let me just say that again. The top 3% of earners earn £100,000 or more, which means that 97% of people earn less than £100,000 a year. So that puts it into perspective, that most of us, the vast majority of us, do not earn millions and millions of pounds a year. I know that YouTube and social media makes out that everyone seems to be earning at least 10 million pounds or dollars a year, but the vast majority of us earn significantly less. So what I'm doing is I'm showing you how a normal guy on maybe slightly above average wages, I accept that, can be buying properties and be pushing his property business up and up and up. And my YouTube channel has been only going for about 13-14 months now. So you can already see the progression, and I want you guys to progress with me. If you want to, copy me. I don't care. If I buy in Darlington, you buy in Darlington. If I buy in Middlesbrough, you buy in Middlesbrough. If I buy in Birmingham, you buy in Birmingham. I don't care if you do that. In fact, I actually would like that if you did that. Copy me. If it means that you move forward, that you push yourself upwards, then just copy me. Do everything that I'm doing. And with a bit of luck, we should all be fine. Now, I've also noticed that a lot of people are making excuses on why they can't push their business up, why they can't buy properties, and I'm just using properties because that's the business that I'm in, or start a business. And to me, these are just excuses. I'm going to say this: if you're making excuses why you can't do this, why you can't do that, find a way to solve those problems. So if you don't have enough cash to buy a property, for example, then find a way to get that cash. That's your job as an entrepreneur, as an investor, as someone who's intelligent, somebody who wants to go into business. Your job is to find a way around this problem, just like I have, just like many people do. It's not easy, but we find solutions. Speak to people who know more than you about the business that you want to go into. Learn from them, get their advice. Take risks. I have more confidence in you than you have in you. But you can't build up your confidence until, number one, you increase your knowledge, you get advice from someone who knows what they're doing, but most importantly, you take the risk and you take action. Once you've taken action, even if the deal goes wrong, you'll have learned a lot of things. And your confidence level, believe it or not, even if the deal goes wrong, will go up. And then you'll say, right, let's do it again, but this time we won't make the same mistakes. So in my opinion, you can absolutely do it, but you've got to take the risk and you've got to take action. Set a timetable in the way that I explained to you my roadmap for 2022. Put that roadmap down, put that timetable, set that timetable and say, right, this is how I'm going to achieve my goal for my business this year or even next year. But have that timetable written down so that you can follow it. If you want to start a property business, which is what I do, then that's fine. Set a timetable, write down the date that you're going to start shortlisting, the date that you're going to start viewings, the date that you're going to have a property under offer, a date by which you're going to get the keys to the property, a date by which the refurb is completed, a date by which the property is tenanted. Have all these dates ready, write them down. That way you know now you've got a target. The main issue that I find with a lot of people is that they don't take action. You need to take action. Taking action is the most important part in business, because if all you're going to do is get stuck in analysis paralysis, where all you do is just look at, for example, properties, in my case it's property, so you just look at properties, you put the numbers in a spreadsheet and just think about them and think, oh well, this would be a good deal, that would be a good deal, but then I might be able to find a better deal later on in 2 weeks, therefore I'm not going to view this property, I'm going to wait 2 weeks because a better property will come up. If you keep having that attitude, you won't move forward, so you've got to take action. In the case of those who are buying their first or even their second rental property, remember this, your first property especially is not going to be a great deal. It's not going to be a fantastic property. In fact, it's going to be probably one of the worst deals that you've done. When you find a property that's giving you a return on investment of around 8%, which is pretty decent, then just go for it. Just say, right, that'll do. A bank isn't going to give you 8% on your savings. You can say, well, I could put it in shares. Yeah, that might give you 8%. The stock market might come down as well. Sure, you can put it in cryptocurrency, but again, cryptocurrency is very volatile and that can go down. But with something like property, if that's what you want to go into, 8% is pretty decent right now in the UK. And if you can get 10%, that's even better. And if you can get more than 10%, well, that's fantastic. Just go for it. But don't expect to make a killer deal for your first deal. That's not going to happen. When you're starting out, you are not going to be good at this because you've got to learn a lot of stuff. You've got to go through a lot of mistakes. You've got to go through the feedback loop where you make a mistake, you learn from it, and then you apply it to your next deal. Again, you make some mistakes in that next deal, you learn from it, and then you feed that back, and then the next deal you make, it's even better because now you've got more knowledge and more experience. But you've got to start, you've got to move forward, keep pushing forward and take action. Taking action is the most important step you can take, and is the step which is holding a lot of people back. I know a colleague at work, he has a cash lump sum, he's been talking about buying a property for 18 months. I've bought 2 properties in that time, and meanwhile he hasn't even put an offer on one property, and that's the difference. So he's not even taking action. I'm taking steps all the time. I'm increasing my income because every property I buy gives me rent, that increases my income, and that allows me to save up faster for the deposit of the next property. And here is a flowchart which some of you might find simpler to follow. This is my formula to increasing property income. So the first thing you do is when you're buying your first property, you save up your deposit for the first property, you buy the property, you refurbish it, you rent it out. Well, now with rental income in addition to your existing income, you've increased the amount of money that you earn per year. Then you save up the deposit for your next property, but you do it faster because your income is higher. And then you buy the property, and it just follows in a cycle after that. So you'll refurb that second property, you'll rent it out, you'll increase your income further, you'll save up your deposit faster, and so on and so forth. So basically it's like a snowball effect. It just gets quicker and quicker and quicker, and you can buy properties faster or buy more expensive properties, bigger properties. If you use this formula over a long period of time, say 10 years, you will absolutely build wealth. Absolutely. It will be very difficult for you to fail using this model. So I'm speeding up. I'll be buying 2 properties this year. Meanwhile, the guy who's stuck in analysis paralysis and who isn't even doing any viewings, we don't know what he's going to do. I bet you a year later I come back to him and say, look, have you bought anything? He'll probably say no, because he's stuck. He's not taking action. So remember, don't get stuck in analysis paralysis. When you find a deal that makes sense, gives you an 8% return or more, then just say, right, this is good enough for me, let's do this. And over a period of the next 10, 15 years, you're probably going to get capital appreciation anyway. If you've got any questions, then put those questions in the comments section. I'll be happy to answer them. I'll even give you some free advice of what I think. If you have a deal, you could probably email it to me and I'll check it out for you. And if I think that yes, it's a good deal, go for it, then that's my opinion, and then you can decide whether or not you want to go for it. Anyway, so that's the motivational speech done with. My next video will be a slight change of pace. I've been working a lot in the gym. I've been putting in a huge amount of hours, so I've got a lot of gym footage now, and I thought that I'd make a video about the body as opposed to finances, improving your body. So most likely that will be my next video, and you'll get to see a 47-year-old in action. And I hope that you'll be impressed. So if you don't want to miss that video, make sure you subscribe to my channel, like this video, and I'll see you in the next video. Till then.